I did get to meet her and spend some time with her, Anna Wintour, back in the days when they thought I was a secret Democrat housed up in the evil Fox News, just looking to take down people like Trump. And she was an intimidating personality who really thought, her you-know-what didn't stink. I mean, she's really, really in love with her own opinion and look. Meanwhile, she's offering me like these fashion tips. I'm like, what makes you think I want your fashion tips? Just because you're editor of Vogue, I don't give a shit what you think about. How are you supposed to dress as a litigator? Like you would know anything, or like a journalist who needs credibility, but actually needs people to stop when they're channel surfing. That's why they put the ladies of Fox News in bright neon colors. It's not because they have an obsession.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it was like, you don't know shit. You may know shit about Vogue and your weird belts, but you don't actually know what works on cable news or in my old business. Like, you don't know everything about everything. She just has an arrogance and a nastiness to her, and that I have lived firsthand, that it's a miracle to me it's taken till age 75, if she was given the boot, for it to happen that way.
I also was reminded recently that when Johnny Depp was portraying Willy Wonka, half of his inspiration was Anna Wintour and her hair and the sunglasses.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Tim Burton admitted it. It was half Michael Jackson and it was half Anna Wintour. And I thought, first of all, that's genius. And secondly, what a cut to Anna Wintour, who clearly thinks she is an icon for the ages. She's never going to get that ambassadorship, Megyn.
Yeah, that's
the
not
one
happening.
she wants.
No. No matter how much ass kissing she's done of Democrat politicians. We actually pulled a couple of sound bites of her talking because, as you know, Melania Trump has been on the cover of Vogue one time from, I think, 2003 when she married Donald, not as first lady. And it was like, Donald Trump chooses a bride. She was only interesting to them because she had married Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump's new bride. Okay. But as first lady, which she's now been for 4.5 years, not once, not inside the magazine with the big spread, not on the cover. It's ridiculous. She's obviously the most beautiful first lady we've had in recent memory. And instead, 3 times for Jill Biden, who has zero fashion sense. 3 times for Michelle Obama. Misery Obama made it 3 times, who, I'm sorry, also has no fashion sense. But Anna Wintour talked about Michelle Obama like she was Naomi Campbell. It was ridiculous. Here's just a little bit of her packing the praise on for her favorite Democrat females, SOT 27.
I believe Secretary Clinton, when she was First Lady, was the first Lady to be on the cover of Vogue?
She was. I felt that the First Lady at that time had behaved in a very
wearing her sunglasses.
brave way. We felt it was a time to, to support her and to stand up for women. We were also very honored, obviously. I think Mrs. Obama was on the cover 3 times. I think Mrs. Obama redefined the role of the First Lady. I mean, she was so open to everybody. She made the White House a place for everyone. I mean, and she was just so, I think, inspiring to so many women.
First Lady Michelle Obama really was so incredible, and in every decision she made about fashion, she was the best ambassador that this country could possibly have.
But she's not the First Lady now, so what about the one that you've got now?
And to me, she is the example that I admire.
If you're talking about the First Lady or Senator Harris, obviously these are women that we feel are icons and inspiring to women from a global perspective.
She was talking about Jill Biden there when she was First Lady. It's stomach turning, and it's not true. Michelle Obama has a terrible sense of fashion. I'm sorry, but tune into her podcast if you don't believe me.
I will lay the blame for Michelle Obama's forthcoming book called The Look, which should be subtitled, Look at How Glamorous and Beautiful and Inspirational I Am. I will lay that delusion at the feet of one Anna Wintour, who then put the minute that Joe Biden announced he was picking Kamala as his running mate, they did a hastily assembled photo shoot with Kamala on the cover. Talk about Gen X, putting her on the cover in a business suit with her Converse high tops on to show she was cool. Low cuts or whatever. Yeah, and then I was just looking very closely at the Vogue cover of Melania that you put up right there, and it looks like her head is swathed in a kind of veil. Like, could we even see her face? Like, that seems like a very Anna Wintour kind of like, I'm going to shiv you a little bit. I had to put you on the cover for myriad reasons, but I'm going to shiv you a little bit. It's all, and the other thing is I was going through, clipped, I was sort of fast forwarding a reviewing of the September issue, that documentary about Anna and Vogue that came out in 2009. And what really struck me, unlike The Devil Wears Prada, where her minions they look like models. They're well-dressed. They have beautiful skin, beautiful clothes, beautiful hair, all of it. Her staff looks like they were just freed by Hamas. They have like skin that is breaking out and blotchy and parched and dry, and they look malnourished and underfed, and their hair is like frizzy and unkempt, and they're always on edge because they don't know what this tyrant is going to do or say to them next. And it's like, it's fashion.
Yeah, right.
Fashion.
Take a breath. Yeah, it's really not that important. She went on in that interview, but I want to make this point actually before I play this. Christiane Amanpour, who's a leftist hack, is sitting there for the listening audience while Anna Wintour is talking about Michelle Obama as like, she changed the model. She welcomed everyone into the White House. And Christiane Amanpour's got her hand on her face, like nodding and smiling, like, yes, yes, our leader, our heroine. And to me, this is quietly racist and toxic, because the reason they feel the need to go so over the top on how fabulous Michelle Obama is to prove that they're not racist. I'm telling you, that's what's happening there. They wouldn't have been that obsequious about Jill Biden. They feel the need to show like, I love Michelle Obama, so I'm not racist. See, I love Michelle Obama. No, I love her more than you do. I'm shaking my head. Yes, I'm saying yes, yes, me too. I get it. I asked the question about her to begin with. Well, I put her on the cover of Vogue 3 times, so I love her more. This is 2 privileged, white guilt-ridden women trying to telegraph that I like Michelle Obama. She's a black woman. That means I'm a good person. That's what I see when I look at those 2 Nimrods have that conversation about Michelle Obama, who did not have an amazing fashion sense at all. She was wearing very plain Jane sheath dresses while she was first lady. And since she's been out on her own, it's been an utter disaster what she wears. She rivals only Blake Lively for how bad her fashion sense is. Here she is talking about clearly why certain women get selected for Vogue and others don't. SOT 26.
Your magazine, the most important fashion Bible in the world, does profile some very, very important women who are in politics. Tell me about that. I mean, you're overtly political in your profiles and in what you stand for.
I think one has to be fair, one has to look at all sides, but I don't think it's a moment not to take a stand. I think you can't be everything to everybody. We profile women in the magazine that we believe in the stand that they're taking on issues. We support them in the fact that we feel that they are leaders.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if this interview took place before or after Anna infamously sent a journalist to interview the First Lady of Syria, whose husband was torturing his own citizens,
Bashar
to tell us how stylish and groundbreaking this woman was. And it's the blowback seemed to catch Anna by surprise. And what I've always thought about Anna, the sunglasses, I think, are a major sign of insecurity, and or not visual eye issues, but I think like maybe the skin around her eyes was aging in a way that she did not like, and that was her. It's a flex, but it's also a sign of insecurity. But she always has lived in the shadow of her father, who is known as Chilly Charlie Wintour, who was an editor-in-chief at I forget the London paper, the UK paper. And then I think her siblings are like extremely accomplished in the private sector, like real intellects. And she has said, I was kind of the dumb one. And I think that's what a lot of this is about.
Well, my team is telling me that Syria remark was 2012. So this would have been This would, and that what I just showed you of her on Ampur was 2019. So it would have been after. So yeah, she chooses everybody for a reason, Maureen. Look, I think it's amazing. I don't know why Anna Wintour stays and Ellen DeGeneres goes. It must be something about Ellen DeGeneres was a star and had a show, but she didn't control Hollywood. But Anna Wintour controls publishing. I mean, there isn't a magazine hardly that she doesn't touch. And I think she was just too big and was making them too much money, including up to 2018, for them to mess with her. She was like, I just think she was too big and too scary in a way that Ellen wasn't. I think I was fine with what happened to Ellen. I think I've heard so many terrible stories about Ellen, even worse than the ones that have come out about her. I think she's genuinely a terrible, nasty person. But I think that's true of Anna Wintour too. And I think her time in the power seat has been extended far too long. We are days away from what has been dubbed by some the Rio Reset, what some worry could be a threat to the US dollar's global dominance in over 80 years. On July 6th, BRICS nations, that's Russia, China, India, and Iran, and some more, are expected to unveil their plans to circumvent the US dollar, thus cratering, its value. Some report that they've already been laying the groundwork as their central banks have been methodically divesting from the US dollar and US bonds in favor of gold. How can you protect your IRA or 401k from the fallout from this landmark shift? One option is to diversify with gold from Birch Gold Group. Historically, gold has been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty, which is right now. Get a free info kit on tax-sheltered gold IRAs by texting the word MK letters to 989898. July 6th could mark a monumental shift happening among nations that control 1/3 of the world's GDP. Arm yourself with information to diversify your retirement savings. Text MK to 989898 and claim your free info kit from Birch Gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.